Advanced Wrestling. Dave Brown right along ringside. The son of a gun. We're ready. We got it all today, including that Southern Heavyweight title match, Davey.
That's right. Tommy Rich is going to be here again, and he will have his AWA Southern Heavyweight Championship belt on the line. But before we get to the championship match, got a couple other matches. Koko Ware is going to be going against David Oswald in a single match. Ken Lucas, Rick Morton in a tag team match against Jimmy Kent and the Angel. Dr. Bill Irwin takes on Mike Maroney. Then Guy Mitchell will be going against Tony Boyles. Guy Mitchell will have Jimmy Hart as manager with him. Bobby Eaton will then have Jimmy Hart as manager with him to go against Tom Maley. Bill Dundee, the superstar, and handsome Jimmy Valiant in a tag team match. Expiration of time. They'll go against Larry Latham and Buddy Wayne.
My golly, that's going to be a dandy. We're looking forward to all of that action, as a matter of fact. We'll see it and more. You stay right where you are. We're going to get it all in. Better do it right now. We'll be back with the opening bout. Koko and David Oswald will be to that in a moment. We got one half of the ring filled up with Koko Ware, very exciting wrestler. He's a guy that, by golly, I guess best known for that incredible drop kick that he has. Real spring steel legs in there, and he'll be going against David Oswald. We've seen David and his improvement, and not in attitude, but in his wrestling style. Should be a good opener, Dave. Here we go.
It's one fall, 15-minute time limit. Introducing from Jonesboro, Arkansas, 222 pounds on the left of your screen, David Oswald. Going against him from Union City, Tennessee, 221 pounds, Koko Ware. This will be a one fall, 15-minute time limit. The referee's Paul Morton.
Yes, sir. And referee Paul Morton says off with the jackets. We're ready. Bell time. Here we go. Koko Ware and David Oswald getting out and getting it on.
Should be a good match. David Oswald, as Lance says, developed quite a bit as a wrestler over the recent months. He is not always known to follow the rules to the letter. The only problem that seems to have developed along with his increased wrestling ability. Koko, boy, just yanked him off his feet down to the mat, round behind him. Oswald trying to move around, prevent Koko from setting up on a hold. He does so. Oswald back on his feet. Koko, middle of the ring. Oswald off the rope, shoulder butt. Koko on the mat. Oswald steps over. Koko. Koko flips him this time. Cover one. Count of one is all Koko Ware can get on David Oswald. Koko Ware, Union City, Tennessee. Koko put a stretch on that left arm. Minute and a half gone. In a 15-minute time limit match, Oswald converts to a head scissors. Now it's up to Koko Ware to figure a way out of the hole. Koko Ware almost has it broken. Tries to convert, get enough of his weight up over David Oswald to hold those shoulders down to the mat. Can't do it. Oswald kicks him back. Koko lands on his feet. And with an arm lock, takes David Oswald down to the mat. Oswald had a foot under the bottom rope. Referee Paul Morton right there. Quite alertly, he told Koko he'd have to break the hold. Koko working the left arm. 2 minutes, 15 seconds into the action. Down to the mat, David Oswald. There is the stretch. Koko, quite a bit of leverage. Pulling on that shoulder. Oswald on one foot. Koko puts on a little heat. Down to the mat again goes David Oswald. Oswald had thoughts of going to the ropes to get the hold broken. Koko now. Converting the hold. Oswald up on one knee. Koko Ware trying to get some downward pressure. He's on his feet. 3 minutes, 15 seconds gone.
Koko applying that heat up tight as he's got that bar right at the shoulder. And, of course, you can see Oswald taking a look at the leg in there to see if he can maybe single leg dive him or something, but he instead goes up and grabs a handful of hair.
Little hair pulling.
Yeah.
Oswald rolls Koko to the mat. Koko kicks him back as Oswald came after him. Koko again. Goes for the bar on the left arm of David Oswald.
Dave, I don't know whether you noticed right there. Maybe I misinterpreted it, but it looked like when Oswald was getting up, Koko was trying to see if he was in line to drop kick him, boy, and blow that head off with that beautiful drop kick. But he determined he wasn't. Now he hooks that arm up behind and kicks him over.
Oswald hooks both feet over the bottom rope. Hold broken by referee Paul Morton. Koko pretty well in control, really, of the match. He's been able to work on that left arm throughout. Good move. Primarily the shoulder. The various holds he's used have put most of the pressure on Oswald's left shoulder. And there's a little of it right there. Ooh. Good tactics. Koko can use that shoulder, get Oswald thinking about that and nothing else for the brief moment, and then maybe unload with that drop kick.
Look at the size legs on that Ware.
Yeah.
Good. Nice.
Best drop kick I've ever seen. Koko Ware.
You just go straight up head high and blow your head off.
Oswald got him back in the corner. That's the forearm.
It is.
That's legal, except it's in the corner. Part of it is not what the referee would like to see. Upper part of the arm across the top of the head. Koko whipped across the ring again, catches himself on the turnbuckle. Oh! A drop kick, unorthodox, but a drop kick. Count of 3. And Koko Ware gets himself a win. That was not your standard drop kick you'll see from Koko, but he fired off those turnbuckles, kicked Oswald down to the mat, got him for the count of 3 and the win in 5 minutes, 15 seconds.
They're trying to shake the cobwebs out of that one because he had one nice whip. He fired Koko in, but Koko, as he was whipped into the corner, the momentum carrying him in there, he jumped up on that second rope and just turned around and drop kicked off that dude. Caught him coming hard, and it was kind of an impressive thing. And David Oswald, who had it going his way up until that moment, he ended up on the bottom half of that 1-2-3 count. Koko Ware is going to pick himself up a nice win in action against David Oswald. Hey, we're not going to take a break right here. Back-to-back matches. Let's get back in there with a tag match. We're back again after ringing the bell, and we'll be looking forward to seeing champions Kenny Lucas and Rick Morton coming in here against Jimmy Kent and the Angel. Ken and Rick wearing their AWA Southern Tag Championship belts, which they regained from Irwin and Latham. Okay, Dave, let's have the officials.
Tag team match, one fall, 15-minute time limit again. At a total weight of 467 pounds on the left of your screen. From South Carolina, Jimmy Kent. And from Portland, Oregon, the Angel. Going against him, total 414 pounds. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Ken Lucas. And from Nashville, Tennessee, Rick Morton. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee, Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, the belts come off, obviously, a non-title bout in this one fall, 15 minutes. And while sometimes we do make an exception by agreement of both parties that it will not be 160 for television, never 115. Bell time. Well, I don't say never. I'm sure there has been. Here with the tag match, Jimmy Kent starts out against tough Kenny Lucas. Kent back into the rope, rushed him hard. Kent, as he went out there, looked like he was trying to hook the leg and take him backward, but Kent got out nice. He went behind and really turned him over. Nice takedown. Ken Lucas on Jim Kent. Jimmy Kent wrestling with a big muscle man himself, the Angel. Boy, he's strong, powerful, tough. Hip toss, Kenny takes him up and over. But Kent will give you headaches too, Dave. Boy, he can move.
He can turn it into a back alley brawl when he thinks it's necessary.
Tag on to Rick Morton and the youngster out of Music City, USA. Really a fine junior heavyweight. Goes over the top, stays right with Jimmy, bears him over and down. One. Did a beautiful job. Rick hanging on to that side headlock on the mat. Nice leapfrog over Ken. He goes at him. Next him one. The referee, yeah, he warned him, evidently. I couldn't see whether he had a forearm or whether he caught him with a fist. The referee warned him about the double right hand. Kenny comes in, nails with that knee lift right in the midsection. Kent draws it back, and the referee steps in. Ken took him down. Boy, the action has been so quick. Keep up. We'll just let you look at it. Angel in the corner trying to find a spot to get a tag, but he's still too far away. Rick Morton, nice exchange. It hadn't been nice to see that smooth machinery of Lucas and Morton develop as the months have gone by.
One of the all-time fine tag teams that are working together, and so necessary. If you're going to consider being champions, you've got to have that teamwork done.
You got that right. Kenny Lucas staring down the barrel. Jimmy Kent deciding to stay in there with him. The Angel leaning out, saying, hey, here I am. There's the tag. He wanted to try to go for an advantage. He did, and with a side headlock, he passes it off to the Angel. The Angel with that support glove in there, which gives his wrist support, according to him. Look at Lucas reverse it. Nice. Went behind into the hammer. Tag on Rick Morton, and Rick comes in from behind. There's a whip on the Angel. Rick won a reprimand from the referee about the fist. Drops him onto the atomic knee. Makes a cover one. It's too big. Jimmy Kent came in. What did he do, leap the referee? Oh, he's watching the pin.
He tried to jump over referee Jerry Calhoun and tripped. Well, this Angel will give you a headache, too. He's a big one.
Oh. He lifted Rick straight up in the air with that knee lift that time. Big body slam. The Angel covers. Rick, nice. Lucas comes in firing. Puts the knee in the right hand of Jimmy Kent. Angel is the legal man in.
We're about 3.5 minutes into the action. A one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. 3.5 gone.
Good reversal there on a nice fake with Kenny. He started to go on the outside, got back over with it, and got the Angel in a position where Rick Morton takes over. Tag out. Here comes Jimmy Kent in the ring. Jimmy. Referee was over there quickly to see whether he was going to the tights or any kind of an object, but apparently satisfied he wasn't.
Talk about your veterans. Jimmy Kent's one of them. He's been wrestling for a long time. He used to be a manager of a team called the Bounty Hunters.
Yeah.
Rugged bunch.
Right into the Southern Heavyweight title. Came out of Canada and really surprised everybody by coming up with new champions. Kent trying to go with a flying press, but Lucas blocked him and nails him one. The referee again telling Kenny Lucas now, watch it, watch it. Lucas on a whip. Kent catches him. He was going for a backdrop. Jimmy following it up. Kent takes a right of his own, and Lucas makes a good timely tag. Rick Morton, whip. Kick from Ricky. Tag on Ken, another whip. He goes for the sleeper hold. Kenny Lucas going at the sleeper while Rick Morton trying to keep the Angel out of there. Lucas with that pressure down the left side of the neck. Cutting the blood off. Jimmy Kent going down. And the Angel being held out of there by Rick Morton. That's going to be it. Yes, sir. Good teamwork, fine move. Rick Morton and Lucas. Lucas whipped him in. What's Irwin doing in here? The wind's going to go. Hey, come on.
All that man is using. That should be banned. It shuts off your respiratory system. That should be banned. That is an illegal hold. He does not put the pressure on the side. It cuts off your respiratory and your pulmonary system. He cannot do that to me. That man puts that hold and chokes people down with it. It is not a legal hold. It is should be banned from abuse. He has defeated my Bible brother, but he cannot defeat me. Where is he? Get him out here. I challenge the man right now.
Come on, Bill. Listen, now, come on. No, hey. Come on, take your robe. Listen, take your robe away. You got a match coming up, and we'll get to it.
Coming up, but I want him right now.
No, you don't
I don't want no
right
jabronis
now.
out there. I want my man right now.
Match in there. Let's take a break.
I want him right now. Where is he?
Ready, back into action here in just a moment in the ring, right on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling. Want to remind you folks around Ratcliffe, Kentucky, first time Championship Wrestling coming that way. It'll be on Thanksgiving night, Thursday, November the 27th. Big 8-man tag match. Handsome Jimmy's going to be there. Dr. Bill Irwin and all of that. All right. Now, Tuesday night. Give you a chance to talk in just a minute, gentlemen. Big action coming up. We've got CWA World Heavyweight Championship match with Billy Robinson and Guy Mitchell. Tag action match with Tommy Rich and Bobby Eaton, Jimmy Hart at ringside against the Superstar, and his partner is going to be the former World Junior Heavyweight Champ Tony Charles. And we've got another match we'll be telling you about between the Irwins, yes, 2 of them, against Lucas and Morton.
That's great. You know, for all them people out there that might think about changing, don't tell them not to change, Lance, because something's going to happen to Ken Lucas. And I think it's one of the funniest things that I ever seen in my life.
I imagine you would think it was funny. Let's see it coming up.
And you know what else? Yeah, let's talk about Dundee and Tony Charles. Don't interrupt me. That's exactly right. Because what happened to Lucas, when the people see what happened to him, well, that's exactly what's going to happen to Dundee and Charles right there in Louisville, Kentucky. You know, Dundee's had them all as his partner. He's had Valiant. He's had Lawler. He's had Jared. He's had them all. He ain't beat us yet, so he's trying with Tony Charles. Well, the same thing, just like I said, is going to happen to you and Charles, Dundee, that happened to Lucas.
Well, you are well aware, I'm sure, Bobby Eaton, that Tony Charles is the former World's Junior Heavyweight Champ. He's no pushover as well as Bill Dundee certainly isn't.
You know, we've been beating everybody's brains out in Louisville, Kentucky. Tom Rich and myself, along with our manager. And we're going to come back again because they've got Tony Charles as his partner.
That's
I guess that's what beat their brains out. He'll bring his mama and his daddy and his uncle out to be his partner, something like that.
You know, Lance, you're looking at Wildfire.
Hellfire.
And great balls of fire. All right.
Yeah, brother.
Let's
yes,
get back to that
Louisville,
action right
Kentucky.
now. Come on down, join us. Yogi, we're about ready to go with our second bout of the day, and it's going to be a third bout of the day. We had 2 back-to-back in there. Mike Maroney, young fellow who's shown definite signs of excellent improvement, going against the big Dr. Bill Irwin. Dr. Bill coming out, and
I come out and I challenge that lily-livered, lobster chicken, and of course he sends out, look at this, he sends out some jerk.
you make all the comments
I
you
have
want
made a
about
challenge
Ken
on
Lucas.
TV for
He is
Ken
not
Lucas.
afraid of
He
you.
is afraid, or else he'd come out here. But that is nonetheless, I will go out and I will destroy this
Already had
man in
one
30
match.
seconds. 1 match, 2 match. Hey, he's afraid, but you people watch this. I'm going to destroy this man, and Lucas will see the wrath of Dr. Bill. They're afraid of Dr.
Okay, you just go on out there. Whoa!
Ken Lucas.
Kenny Lucas coming in there saying, oh, I guess we have a change in that day.
Yes, we do. Lucas against Bill Irwin. Irwin's been out here running his mouth about Lucas using the sleeper hold. Irwin claims it's a choke. And he challenged Kenny to a match. That's what we're watching right now.
Ken's another breed, Dave. Ken Lucas says that Kenny is such a fine, nice, quiet guy away from the ring and all, and in the ring he's perfectly willing to wrestle you all the way down the line. You don't call him a coward. You don't call him yelling chicken. Ken will knuckle you, boy, just like he did Irwin right there.
He will indeed. Kenny, get the crowd behind him. Irwin using the forearm, and looks like maybe a fist to the kidney. He was popping him in the small of the back. Lucas into the rope. Irwin catches him with a knee coming off of there.
He'll carry up to those knees and feet.
And the feet, yes, sir. Cover, 1. Down to 2 is all he gets. Ken Lucas. Picked up in the air by Bill Irwin. Body slam. Irwin Drops with the arm. A cover. 1, 2, again. Ken Lucas breaks it up at the 2 count. Kenny's a tough one to pin.
We've never taken a thing away from Irwin. He's big and he is tough, boy. There's no question about that, but he is underestimating this gentleman. He's in there again.
Knee lift by Lucas puts Irwin on the mat. Irwin holding on to that bottom rope. Referee Paul Morton calls for the finish. Irwin, right hand. Guy picks Kenny up in the air again, drops him down on the top rope. Over the rope, off the ring. Feet flying. Irwin working on Kenny. Kenny battling back out of the corner.
And he puts him down on the floor. A lot of comments Irwin made in there. He said, Ken can't put that chokehold on me. He's yelling and all that. Well, there he is. How yellow he thinks he is right now.
I'll tell you what, Irwin may be having second thoughts about that challenge at this point. There was a 2 count by Ken Lucas. Coming up on the 3-minute mark in this match, which had been scheduled, Mike Maroney against Dr. Bill Irwin. But instead turns out to be Ken Lucas against Bill Irwin. Irwin again using the rope to get the hold broken. Irwin, forearm. Dundee.
All due respect to Mike, being the young wrestler he is, this really turns out to be a little better match than we had scheduled, eh?
Yeah, you're right about that. Oh, Lucas hits the mat hard. Irwin follows with a foot. And a cover. 1, 2 count again, and Ken Lucas breaks it at the 2 count. Irwin upset. He wants the referee to count faster. Ken Lucas drives it back into a corner. Flips it back out, center of the ring. Drops to that lower leg, and a cover. 1, 2, and Bill Irwin breaks it at the 2 count. And he tries it again, trying to soften him up, hold him down to the 3 count. Couldn't do it there either. 4.5 minutes gone.
Front face lock by Kenny holding Irwin down. That's a good move because of the height that Irwin has. If you can bring him down at that kind of level, you're in better shape.
And the results over there, both of them go down. Kenny with a shoulder butt. Irwin is just so big, and with that momentum, both wrestlers hit the mat. Referee Paul Morton calling the count on both of them. Now both on their feet. Kenny Lucas, right hand to the top of Bill Irwin's forehead. Grab behind, sleeper hold.
Said he couldn't get on him.
Kenny Lucas with the sleeper hold on Bill Irwin. What? Hey. From out of the audience there, jumps in the ring. Pounded Kenny. He's got Kenny cut open. Get him out of there. Irwin holding him up. This guy, yeah, with a cowboy suit. Watch your camera.
That's Tony Boyle.
Put to the boot. David McGee, Mike Maroney, Tom Bailey. Irwin threw somebody out of the ring. I think it was Tony Boyle, yeah.
Sub Joe Joker jumps in and nails Kenny with a boot and busts his head open in there, and they're trying to get it separated.
Here comes Dundee.
Here comes Rick Morton. Rick with a chair. Ken Lucas really injured in there. Just, hey. Eddie, let's just get this guy out of here. He's got no business in
How
it.
do you like that?
Yeah, I don't like it.
The doctor has done it again. I have fooled all of these imbecile wrestlers, silly wrestlers. I want to introduce a man to you, a true man. This is my brother.
Oh, I might have known.
That's right, Lancer. You should have known, you dummy. That's right. He's the finest man professional wrestling today. There is no man that can legally use that sleeper because it is an illegal tactic. My brother here noticed this, and this is why he must have hit the ring. Because in all the fights that we were at, up from we were little kids, little itty-bitty kids. We were never itty-bitty, but we were little. He never interfered in a fight that I was involved with.
This is your brother
That's right.
right here.
Only when it was not a fair fight. There's everything there, Bill. People know that the sleeper hold has been banned all over the country and the world, that you allow it here. You put on my brother like that to lose his title. That's right. He had me down here to make sure that none of these illegal tactics would be used anymore against him. The referee, we're here to set things straight, get it right.
We talked about that earlier. It's not illegal as long as the referee says it's right.
It is an illegal hold. Blind old man refereeing in there. Choke hold. And it is not legal. From now on, the good doctor and his big brother are here to take care of all the little geeks and freaks out there that want to try and get in the ring with the good doctor and his big brother. So don't even attempt, don't even think, don't even try.
Okay, well, why don't both of you just get out of here and...
Huh? Hey, don't touch your own brothers like that. You're not in the same condition. We don't need you around. We don't need you. We might take over your job. Hey, Howdy Doody can do your job easy. He's not very intelligent either.
All right, just please, if you will.
Okay, we like the word please.
Okay.
You got a lot around us. You gentlemen and Mr. and Master.
Caused enough trouble. We're going to take time out now. We're going to be back right after we take time for this break. In case you missed it, you're better off that you did. Irwin had his brother salted in the crowd out here. He had planned the whole challenge thing with Ken Lucas, you know, hoping Ken was going to accept it, knowing that Ken doesn't put up with that stuff of being called yellow and all that. And then when Kenny had the sleeper hold, despite what they say about it, he comes rolling in there, and brother jumps in there, pulls the boot off, and kind of messed Kenny up. They got that separated. Typical of the big doctor. Well, here he comes. We got another Southern heavyweight title, so let me get out here in front. Tommy Rich in his continuing quest to give young wrestlers...
Lance, before I start anything, I'd like to say that was great. That Ken Lucas got exactly what was coming to him. I loved it. I was sitting back there. I had never seen nothing as planned out. And that was just great. I loved it. My congratulations to the doctor.
Sure.
But, you know, and I've got another thing. You know, you got some audacity, Lance Russell. I got home last week after TV, and a couple of my ladies, now they told me, they said, Lance Russell made a fool out of you. I said, what do you mean he made a fool out of me? They said that you took and changed the name. Well, when you took all these names out, that they were all the same name. Well, I'm going to tell you something, Lance.
Sure were.
Yeah, because you changed them. No, you changed them. That's why I had all different names. I told you I wanted it to be legitimate, and that's exactly the way I want it.
Well, if it's so legitimate, let me check some of the...
Don't you get in that, Lance?
Let me check some of the names today.
Okay, check the names, but I'm doing the drawing today. Or Jimmy can.
David Price. Cecil Hedge. Okay, all right. So
Okay,
they aren't all the same. Yeah. But last week.
No, last week you changed them.
You want me to draw a name out of
I
here?
don't want you to draw a name. I'll let Jimmy draw one because I don't trust you, Lance. After you changing them
You
names,
don't trust me.
No, sir, I sure don't.
Yeah, okay. So
Are you ready?
You're going to... Oh, I've been ready.
Sleeve,
Well,
baby.
let's get it on now. Okay.
I might even close my eyes when I do this,
Close
man.
your eyes, man.
Boy,
Close
think you
your
can
eyes.
find a hat with them closed, Jimmy? Okay.
Who'd we get? Who'd we get?
All right,
Who'd we
let's
get?
see. David McGee.
Oh,
David
right.
McGee. He could be the next hottest box office attraction in the country, Lance. That's if he can beat me.
Okay. Southern heavyweight belt will be on the line. David McGee will
Where's
be
he
the
at? I'm
opponent.
ready. I feel good
he'll
today,
be
Lance.
in there
I feel
in a
really
minute.
good.
Okay, we
Where
had
you
them
at,
all
McGee?
lined
Come
up
on,
back
boy.
there. He was one of the ones that are lined up to see who would be selected. And, of course, if you hadn't seen, Tommy Wildfire Rich saying that he didn't want to face some of these old-timers and over-the-hill gang.
Has-beens like Jerry Lawler,
Yeah, I know.
Bill
Okay.
Dundee,
He wants
Jimmy
to give the
Valiant.
new wrestlers a chance at his side.
Sure. I want to give these guys a chance to make a name for themselves.
The chance of a lifetime right now.
The fact that David has just been in the business a
He must
relatively
be scared.
short
Where's he
period
at,
of
Lance?
time. I don't know. He'll be out here. We're supposed to have all of the
Over
wrestlers.
here hollering about.
We may have to draw another. No, here he
Oh,
comes.
he had the guts to come out here. Okay.
He's going to
Okay.
be out
Well,
there.
McGee's
Okay.
going to get a chance.
Title on the line.
Right there.
I
Right there.
agree.
You'll hold it for me, Lance.
We'll hold it right over
You'll
here.
hold it
Yes,
for
we
me.
will.
Right there.
David McGee has the chance
Hold over that.
at that AWA Southern. We're getting quite a collection over here, Dave. Okay.
We go, Dave. Hold that for me.
Okay. Well, at least I will say this. He did not have a hat full of all of one name in there. Yeah, no. We checked that out. Okay.
1 hour, 30-minute time limit. Is that the agreed-upon time?
Right,
30
right,
minutes?
right.
One fall, rather, 30-minute time limit. It will be an AWA Southern Heavyweight Championship match. Introducing the challenger from Louisville, Kentucky, 210 pounds on the right there, David McGee. And going against him from Hendersonville, Tennessee, 228 pounds, the current champion, Tommy Wildfire Rich. This will be one fall, 30-minute time limit. And the referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, here we go, bell time. And this is a sanctioned AWA Southern Heavyweight title match. Tommy Rich defending his title against David McGee. I don't know whether to say David was the lucky one or not. It's just kind of hard to say. Rich is a tough guy, no doubt about that. Rich, who at one point, as a matter of fact, came very close to winning the World Heavyweight title in a tremendous match. He does hold the AWA Southern Heavyweight title. Jimmy Hart back out at ringside. That's Tommy Rich. He of the blonde hair, his opponent, young David McGee, trying to force Tommy back down, but Rich snaps him back down. McGee was under the ropes, I think, Davey, and they called for a break in there. What is this consultation? Oh. Rich.
Elbow pad.
Yeah, getting Jimmy Hart had the elbow pad, and Rich picked it up. That's the controversial elbow pad, I might add. Good scissor move by Rich.
Another pretty face. Look at all those wrestling moves, baby.
I noticed, Jimmy, I noticed. One fall, 30 minutes. Southern Heavyweight title match. David McGee. Youngster who's learning it the hard way, as he has been in there against some very tough competition. He is in there today with some tough competition. But legitimately, it is an opportunity for him. I think in all honesty, we'd have to say that if you were going to select your challengers, that David McGee would not be considered ready quite yet, Dave.
That's it. He's just not ready, really, for a serious challenge of Rich. But there's always that chance, boy, that Rich makes a mistake. McGee could pop it. However, at this point, Tommy Rich pretty well in control.
rather freely using that booming right hand. Tommy Rich, reverse face lock on David. Look at him bend that head. Ooh. He's really coming straight up on that neck and head as he leans down across the back and bends him across it, his body. Tough hold by Tommy Rich on young David McGee. McGee nailed with that elbow. Kind of 1, 2, 3, and that's going to be it.
.302 the time on the championship match.
Well, to the credit of the champion.
We're going to got about 2 names left now, lads. About 2 or 3 names left.
Okay. Tommy Rich retains the Southern heavyweight title against David McGee. David gave him an effort in there. He just is, I think, we said that he just wasn't ready for that caliber, particularly a championship match like that. And so, Rich, having selected his own list of challengers, and I assume that he's going to try to impress everybody by going through the entire list and all. But the Southern heavyweight title stays with Tommy Wildfire Rich. We're going to take time out, a little intermission. We'll be back in just a moment. Still got plenty of action coming up here on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling. We're going to be back in the ring, as I think now you probably understand a little better about what Tommy Rich was talking about, with Bill Irwin having his brother Scott salted out there in the audience just in the event he got in trouble, and he did with Ken Lucas. Hey, the entire card Tuesday night down at the Louisville Garden, Robert Gibson against Larry Latham. Sonny King going to be facing the Magnificent Zulu. That will be some kind of a match you'll want to see. Bill Superstar Dundee and Tony Charles will be teaming it together, and what a team that will be to face Tommy Rich and Bobby Eaton with Jimmy Hart along ringside. A CWA World Heavyweight title match. Billy Robinson and Guy Mitchell will be going at it with more than just the title at stake. And then a match that has been added, and that is going to be one that will rock the roof off of the Louisville Gardens. Ken Lucas and Rick Morton going against Dr. Bill and Scott Irwin. You be sure and be there. See it. Group on hand today for Championship Wrestling, Davey. We've got a big expiration of time match coming up when the Superstar and Handsome Jimmy will be in here going against Larry Latham and Buddy Wayne. That'll be our final bout for this Championship Wrestling. We'll get in as much of it as we can. I don't know. We may end up here. Well, I don't see him anywhere.
I don't see anybody moving. I see the referee making his way in, Paul Morton.
Referee Paul Morton, and that's at least a good hearty sign as we start. It's been a kind of a variety of action in there today, but there's been lots of that. As we had a Southern heavyweight title match, which didn't last too long. It was kind of one-sided. As Sonny King, no, come on, Sonny, we don't need any more interruptions. We've had all we need today, Sonny. So let you and I talk about it again another time. I don't need any more headaches.
No, Les, I want you just to be, I don't come out here to disturb anything. Whatever you guys doing, go ahead and do it. It's not in my business, you know. Lance, I have a thing here.
Yeah, I noticed.
Okay. Lance, we've had our differences, and you must be honest, you've never saw me use this.
No,
Okay.
I'll be
Every time I've gone in the ring, I've had this with me in case, but I've never had any need for it because, Lance, I feel when you go out in that ring, you're there for one thing and one thing alone. That's to win. Now, speaking of what happened between Zulu and I against Eddie Gilbert and Tommy Gilbert, there was a tag team championship match.
Yes.
The same night, and I'm watching this championship match, and I say to Zulu in the dressing room, I said, we go out here, we beat the Gilberts, and we get a chance to walk up and demand a shot with whoever win the title tonight. He says, all right, that's what we want to do. Now we go out there, Lance, we wrestle, And I thought we could have beat Eddie Gilbert and faster time than Zulu anticipated doing it. I don't know. He's so proud of himself, and he's so proud of his muscle. Lance, that does not win matches, does not put money in the bank. What I'm talking about is serious stuff. Put money in the bank, winning matches, and winning titles. And he knew exactly what I had in mind when I brought him in, when I brought him here in this territory. Now, Lance, I never ask anybody to wrestle Zulu because it doesn't matter to me whether I wrestle him or not. For some reason, he demands that he should wrestle me.
Yeah, I knew he said he wanted somebody.
Okay, Lance, he's also made promises of what he's going to do to me. So now, Lance, what I'm saying to you, and I'm saying to all the people out there right now, is that I am accepting Zulu match. Any place in this area or any place else, I will go out and wrestle Zulu. See, Lance, it's one thing you can do. You can get out there and you can wrestle your opponent. You get a 1, 2, 3 count. There's a lot of people get out there, and I may be joking of it a certain time myself, but I never intentionally try to hurt anybody. I've been here now for almost a year. I never broke one arm. I never bust anybody open. I haven't done anything at all to lame a person where they won't be able to wrestle the next day, because this isn't my style. Maybe the people doesn't like it. But, Lance, I want to say this for the last time.
Sonny, okay, we got to get up to the ring now. Let me say, I just will be looking forward to being at ringside when that challenge match comes off with you.
Lance, and I hope it'll be pretty soon.
Okay, Sonny King. Let's go to the ring, the official introductions in there. We got quite a dandy coming up in here, Dave. Let's get to it.
Expiration of time match. Introducing at a total of 482 pounds from Louisiana, Larry Latham. From Memphis, Tennessee, on the left of your screen, Buddy Wayne. On the other side of the ring, 453 pounds total weight from Australia, the superstar, Bill Dundee. And from New York City, handsome Jimmy Valiant.
Handsome Jimmy talking about his Oriental baseball. He's got his Shogun robe on, and he's got his baseball hat on.
Guy over there named Sandaharu O, I think, the big home run hitter, just retired. Maybe Handsome Jimmy's going to take over the winter leagues over there.
Larry Latham starting out against Handsome Jimmy. We're ready for the time. Here we go. Expiration of time.
Looking forward to this one, and I can tell you, championship wrestling audience here in the studio with us has been looking for it, too. Latham, Buddy Wayne run together in the center of the ring. Jimmy's got him down. It's over. Incredible. As Latham came off the rope, Buddy Wayne was headed that way. Handsome Jimmy hit the deck. They ran together. 20 seconds. It's all over. The official time, 20 seconds. First fall, Handsome Jimmy Valiant and superstar Bill Dundee.
Buddy Wayne holding his head and looking at Latham to where they banged together. Jimmy just went straight down, wham, right in there. And they ended up with a cover, and Bill Dundee made sure that Wayne didn't get in there by covering him also. Okay, the first fall is history, and of course, Handsome Jimmy and Bill are up by 1 fall. We're going to take time out. We'll be back. We have more time for wrestling. We'll get to it in just a moment.
Second fall of action, superstar Bill Dundee, Handsome Jimmy Valiant, 1 fall up. Win in 20 seconds.
Got about 4 minutes of time left, Dave, so there's enough time to get some more action in.
Yes, sir. That'll be, let's see, 12 times longer than the first fall if it should go to the time limit.
Okay.
Dundee with a cover on Larry Latham. Referee tied up over by the rope. Count did not start.
Shorter than the first fall in there, but the referee was trying to get Buddy Wayne back, and by the time he got around there, Latham had kicked Dundee off.
Here's Buddy Wayne in after the tag. Right hand to the rib cage. Forearm. Buddy Wayne forcing Dundee back to the corner. Larry Latham right there from outside holding him up. Buddy Wayne firing those fists to the midsection. Latham in after the tag. Got the right hand doubled up, too. Down to about 3 minutes left in this expiration of time match. Cover by Latham. Count starts. Count of 1. Handsome Jimmy's there. Latham broke the cover, hits to the corner. Tags Buddy Wayne, who's in there. Right hand again, flying. Buddy Wayne takes Dundee toward the corner. Tag on Latham and Louisiana Larry Latham. Latham doesn't stay long. He tags Buddy Wayne, an illegal tag, because Buddy was not back out on the apron. But he stays in there anyway.
Tag on Handsome.
Handsome arm. Gets Wayne off his feet. Use that upper arm. Dundee with a cover. Buddy's got foot over the bottom rope. So the referee did not start the count.
We got about 2.5 minutes, Dave, of time to go in this expiration of time. Second fall. Dundee and Valiant up 1 fall.
Handsome Jimmy all over Buddy Wayne. Running him into one corner and then the other. Whip into the ropes. Leaves him for Dundee with a drop kick. Dundee covers. Down to 1, 2. Larry Latham. Boy, they were very near the corner, and Larry Latham was able just to step in there and break it at the 2 count.
Well, that's the way to do it in a match. You run out and get that first fall so quick they don't know what happened, and then you're 1 fall up. Now they've got to catch you. Because the worst you can do is end up in a situation of having a draw.
Exactly. Latham and Buddy Wayne in a must-win situation here in the second fall. Valiant puts Wayne into the rope. Upper arm as he came off of there. Handsome Jimmy made the tag on Bill Dundee. Dundee flips Buddy Wayne to the mat. 1, 2. It's all over for the second fall. 2 falls in a row for Handsome Jimmy Valiant and Bill Superstar Dundee. Time on it 3 minutes, 6 seconds. 3:06.
3:06, and the victory goes to the Superstar and Handsome Jimmy. Billy walking among the crowd there, shaking hands and patting them all. The guy's got a tremendous amount of charisma and a lot of nerve, boy. I'll tell you, he'll face them all, big and bad.
I tell you what, we were talking about the fact there that Latham and Buddy Wayne had to win it. Dundee and Valiant did not. All they had to do was avoid being beaten to get the victory. But Superstar and Handsome Jimmy, that is not the way they wrestle. They go in there all out all the time. They did. They got the second fall win.
Yep, they didn't try to coast it out. They went for that second fall. And that obviously is going to sew it right on up. Tell you what we're going to do. We'll take time out right now. We'll be back right after we check the clock. All right, back to Wave Country Championship Wrestling here in just a moment. I want to remind you folks, Rabbit Ridge, Friday, November the 21st, Championship Wrestling coming that way. By the way, on Thursday, November the 27th, that's Thanksgiving night, Ratcliffe, Kentucky, big 8-man tag match. That'll be happening there. Tuesday night, the Gardens. That's what's going to be right on top of us. Man, what a night of action. We've already told you about a 1-tag match where Bill Dundee and Tony Charles will be going against the team of Tommy Rich and Bobby Eaton. Well, they got their eye out for you. They said they've done it all with the rest of them. They're going to get you and Charles.
Yeah, I can imagine what they say, Lance. Well, let me tell you something about Tony Charles. When it comes to wrestling, Lance Russell, he's like Billy Roberts. He knows all the holds then some. Let me tell you something, Rich and Eaton. Now, without that Jimmy Hart, you're nothing but we're prepared for him. So come on in, Hart, and we'll show you a few wrestling tricks. Bobby Eaton, Tommy Wildfire, Rich, we got your number, and you know it. We'll just see how good wrestlers you are. Thank you, man.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Bill and Tony Charles team up. Ought to be a whale of a match. Ken, I know that what the folks have already seen in there with you and Rick, and particularly you, that move that Irwin had Scott salted out there in the audience, and boy, he really tore your head up with that big old cowboy move.
Lance, I've seen a lot of what you call real cheap shots in this profession, but that was one of the cheapest I've ever seen. And as you can see, I've got my hair cut back in the head. He put this gash on me, and actually I should have had stitches, and I wasn't right for that night and the next day. But we're going to have to put our belts up against these guys sooner or later anyway, so the thing about it is we're going to go in there to get them, and we're going to just do this, that. We're going to fight fire with fire.
And they put put it in there. Rick Morton and Ken Lucas are going to be in there against Bill and Scott Irwin, and I got to tell you that knowing Kenny and knowing the way he feels about it, it's going to be more than just a title to be at stake in there. Rick, you and Ken, good luck to you in there. We're going to be looking forward to that title match in Louisville. Got to tell you, that will burn. Man, that's going to be something. You don't miss that particular special match coming up Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens. You better believe you'll be there. We wound it down right to the end of that old hour reel, Dave. Good action today.
Some of the matches that we talked about earlier in the week did not happen, but we wanted to get to that Dundee Valiant Latham Buddy Wayne match, and it was a good one. It was a good one indeed, I'll tell you for a fact. So we had another Southern heavyweight title defense by Tommy Rich. That's it. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell, and a little bit saying, looking for you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of championship wrestling.